you know, it's lesbian on the freeway kind of blazing sword.
All right, looks like we are live on the networks.
Yeah.
And looks like we're connecting to Facebook. It's fetching video stream, and I'm gonna open on you. So I hope
open on me.
Yeah, okay, ready. Okay, we're gonna go live. So, my friend, it is on you. Go.
Oh no, I had to put phone down. Hey guys, it is 9:30. It is a Tuesday night, and you have reached Very Dad Ideas. The Very Dad Ideas that happens every Tuesday at 9:30 here on however it is that you found us. My name is Darren Jennings. That other guy who you can't see yet, but once you do, you can't unsee it. So you got to make sure you're sticking around. Oh no, not the missile guy. Maybe I'm an Autobot. Decepticon. Oh. That's hard. It's hard to be gunned down by a mechatronic vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all the experience, so it is hard to say.
Especially after you hear my recommendation at the end of the show, buddy.
Awesome.
Because, yeah.
Well, welcome to Very Dad Ideas. My name's Nye. The guy over there is Darren.
I'm Darren. I'm having a massive glass of water.
Oh, you fucking rebel. Today is voting day, primary day in the great state of California.
What?
And we've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to be talking about what was
Were you like me? Were you like me, America? Did you sort of at the last minute really have to do some Google searching?
Dude, I was reading the thing on the way. I was reading the thing on the way to the voting booth. I was like, okay. And is it me, or is it California plebiscite is going to be like? You look at this thing and it says, this measure tells you not to do the thing that you want to do with the money that is the thing that does the. And you're reading this and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? And like yes or no at the end of it.
You're supposed to be giving me a synopsis. You're supposed to be making this easier, and reading your synopsis is actually giving me just more questions.
Anyway, so today's voting day. We got a whole bunch of stuff we're talking about tonight, but like mainly our main segment will be about flying with kids. And folks, I have a tremendous fear because in a couple of days, 2 days time, very early in the morning, I'm going to be taking my 6-year-old and my almost 1-year-old and my wife, who really, when this is all said and done, is really taking all of us on a plane ride to go see my folks in the Midwest. In the Midwest.
In the Midwest coast, my buddy. The M West. See. Anyway, it's the Midwest coast. That's the official.
The Midwest
for you. That's the Midwest coast. Everybody rolls that way. We got our lakes. It's gonna be crazy, wild stuff. But yeah, I'm totally afraid of it. I want to get back to voting though. Just so I was a little confused because you spend the time sort of like racing through these people, and then you look at how many people wanted to be governor.
Oh yeah, and it's like mother and lawyer.
I mean, come on. How am I supposed to know? Some of you guys might be good people. I'm sorry, Mr. Newsom. I'm sorry.
So Darren, this ties into something that I want to talk about a little bit about. Number one, I think it's kind of funny, but number two, it's kind of on this whole thing about voting. And have you heard of the intellectual dark web? Do you know what this is?
Oh God, no! I'm not a very bright guy. No, I don't have a lot of. I don't have like this. This is my maximum level of intelligence. This is as high as it goes. This is
a
term really pushing it.
This is a term that I've only heard like recently. There was a New York Times article or whatever it was.
Okay, so there was a New York Times article about so it's the renegades of the intellectual dark web. Wait,
okay. So this includes. This is Christina Hoff Sommers, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
These
from
are
News Radio. Rogan from News Radio.
Brett Weinstein. This is like this is Sam Harris. It's like this group of people.
Is that guy a weed guy? He was just standing like a huge patch of weed, wasn't he?
No, I think he's standing just in the middle of California. But
yes,
yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. Anyways, so these guys are like, I guess I don't know. Are they liberals? But they're conservative, but they're kind of going liberal. They're liberal because there's like some new middle ground. They basically speak up about the problems that the liberal left will jump on them for. So, for example, if they talk about like the Me Too thing, or like, Islamic terrorism, or intelligence, or any of this kind of stuff, that's kind of like a taboo, sort of slightly liberal, shy away. They talk about it, and then they feel like they're being attacked by the liberal left. So they've made this kind of like weird internet-y, podcasty world about, and this article was interesting, and it made me think that, like, I think that we're never again going to have a president or a real politician that went to like Yale or something like that. Like the George Bushes and the Clintons and whatever are all gone. I think from now on it's going to be groundswell populist, whether it's the Bernie Sanders or the Donald Trumps or whatever. And I was thinking today, like as we were voting and looking at stuff, like there really is a shift because of the internet, and people's thought processes are being shaped by the YouTubes and the Twitters and all this kind of stuff, that I think it's like changing everything. And just hearing from Lisa that our elections are coming in are not great, some Republican seats are going or whatever, and I feel like a little bit of a sinking feeling that just what's happening right now and maybe that's like what people want. I don't know. I mean,
well, I love that, but by the definition of populism, right? I mean, that's the majority of the people sort of.
But it generally groups Roseanne Barr in the. Well, I'm like, I mean, I guess there's this.
Oh no, Roseanne Barr, she's going to make amends. I just read some dumb headline where she's going to make amends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I feel
Roseanne, you just need to chill with not having the show for a little while. Okay,
I think that's fine. Yeah,
just go sit over there. We'll get to you. Maybe, I don't know. It took a while to get to you this time. Just go away for a little while.
Put the racism down. I actually think she's just like straight racist. But the thing,
and it's fine. You can be, but you just also don't get to have that show. You can go. I'm sure she could just put up one of these cameras and just, patter at her people. She could sell some ads that way. Like, I'm sure she just does that anyway. I just don't know about it.
Right.
I don't know. I think it is scary because and maybe it's because we're in our 40s and that's just how it feels.
Yeah.
Like perspective-wise, up until these points when you were in our 40s, up until this, I was in my 30s, man. When we voted in Obama, I was just like, okay, we're just one step closer to everybody relaxing our collective sphincters when we walk down the street, and everybody can just like feel good about themselves going to run the errand that they're going to do, or whatever reason they're at, you know what I mean, without for fear of police violence or other violence, or at least a little bit more, and now we live in a day when it's like autonomous cars. People are just trying them out in towns.
Yeah.
And then we've elected a Kardashian, I guess, as the president.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. These are just strange days and deeds. And now we're in our 40s. Like, it's so.
Yeah, but I also think what's interesting that I think that's what I'm trying to take away is that I think that the media that we're getting on the internet is sort of supplanting our knowledge base, and it's changing the way that we vote and do stuff. And I think
it's in the pro column.
And that's pro, but what's happening is that we're moving more towards like populism because of it. And so I think, anyways, that was sort of my thought on reading this intellectual dark web, and then followed up by like voting and whatnot today.
I really like the words intellectual dark web.
It's kind of dumb. I hate it.
See, that's great, because I mean, I seriously think the intellectual dark web. I mean, that just opens up like sort of a verse, if you will, of dark webs.
Dark web. How do you get into
intellectuals want to have a dark web and
Right, exactly. You have to be kind of like a renegade intellectual with a huge podcast following.
I like to think of Very Dad Ideas as sort of a father dark web, like a dad web.
A dad dark web. So we're going to start the dad dark web here tonight.
This is it. Welcome to Ground Zero, folks. You guys We're in on it first. You knew about it, but you let us do it, and I appreciate that.
But I think we have to be hated by.
Cheers.
We have to be hated by the radical elite left in order for, and there's no way that's going to happen with a guy from Long Beach and a guy from San Francisco.
I can't flash my ass hard enough for them to give a damn about what's going on. I'm an old man. They don't see any of this. They're not going to get all outraged about this. They don't want none of that. Yeah.
All right, shall we go on to our main segment for tonight, or what do you think?
Our main segment, okay, let's do it. I'm just petrified, Nye, because I would like to know, since you've recently done this.
Yeah.
Have you not? You just a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Or was it last week?
It was last week. I mean, it was 2 weekends ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
I flew.
You flew with both the kids.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna do a dad vice because I feel like we haven't done that for so long, and I feel like
you owe the bank a dad vice. Let's have it.
So let's go into that, and then I'll talk about the flying with kids. So here we go with our dad vice. Yeah, so good. It's been a while. You're right. It's been a while since we've done a dad vice, right? So, but I think it's it's been a good long time. It's a perfect way to kick this sort of bit off. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, my wife and I flew to, or actually, Lisa flew with the kids herself to DC.
So Lisa flew first.
First with the kids herself.
She's the Han Solo, right? That's a Han Solo reference for you?
She
flew first.
Yeah. So she did that, and then I met them, and then we flew back together. So the brunt and all of this actually comes on her. I mean, I'm a fuck up. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So this all comes from, marry the right woman. But,
right. You got to do your homework. You got to do your homework.
She planned. So you remember when you said that when you're in a weekend with the kids alone, you got to like kind of plan it out. So she completely planned it out by packing a little backpack for Griffin that had stickers, coloring books, various things, Twizzlers sticks, all that kind of stuff. Then also the iPad was loaded with like at least 3 hours of different kinds of content. There was headphones at instant disposal or whatever. So I guess the vice is at this point, plan out those hours, like really take advantage of and think about, we're going to go on and then we're going to eat something. And then at this point, we're going to try to have the kids sleep and then we're going to show the movie. And if the movie fails, then we go to the iPad. And if not, we got to do this. And then one person, you have to have a roadmap and then you can improvise around it, but you need that kind of solid start.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's the dad vice.
This is good. This is good. This is great because you've got two different age kids and it's mostly our problem is lugging around. We have a large, almost 12-month-old. I mean, he's got to be 24 pounds. He's tall,
right? And
he's just going to be a lot. And he's just. He's very loud. He wants to grab things. He's really good at yanking shit off your face. Anything that's within his radius, he can bullseye. Yeah. And he has freakish monkey strength. And so we're just petrified about sort of, you only have a certain amount of space around you on a plane. Right. So this is what we're concerned with. But Lisa is dynamite with that shit because that's exactly the kind of stuff that Allie does. Luke is we can be a little bit more hands off with Luke because he's 6 years old.
Oh, he's 6 now. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you just say Luke, just fucking go do, and I always say fucking before whenever I'm talking to him. Throw that in there
as a good father, for sure. I like
to pepper my curse words in there just so that he.
But I feel like I just kind of have
By the way, when he came out of kindergarten, I think he pretty much knew Carlin's 7 dirty words. He went into kindergarten not knowing a dirty word, and he left kindergarten knowing the 7 big ones.
I mean, Carlin's probably at least your top 3, if not your favorite, right?
Well, I feel considering the amount of stand-up comedy that was going on in the 80s and the 90s that was just able to be consumed on cable, Carlin was your guy. There he was your white Irish Catholic guy. Yeah. I mean, there were plenty of other people doing comedy, but just not like today, right?
But I mean, in terms of routines, it's probably for you up there.
I loved George Carlin.
Yeah,
I loved him.
So it makes sense that your son is going to know his best bit, basically.
But he didn't. I was barely cursing around him. He learned all that shit on the school playground. I've been pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just saying, everybody gets it when they go to kindergarten. It's like from the time they go, and you don't believe me? You don't believe that I could not curse around him? Because it's kind of almost bullshit. Because I mean, I do curse around him, but
right.
I don't put any accent on it. I just like cruise right through it.
Well, the thing is, Griff actually has been swearing just rarely once in a while, but he does it correctly. So we're too busy laughing or being impressed because like his pen ran out and he like took it and threw it and went shit. And I was like, well,
my God, that's exactly what that was called for there.
That's exactly the right thing to say at that particular point. And so I feel like, as long as he doesn't like offend his teachers or whatever.
Right. Or he's just like running around just throwing it all over, like the way I use it. Like when I'm saying, give me, I need to get a fucking chicken sandwich, or just.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I want to just kind of come back and basically my last note here on flying with kids is that like, have good kids. I mean, like, I'm sure there's shitty kids out there and the parents that like this advice just goes out the window. But my kids are like actually pretty good, pretty well behaved. They're cute. They giggle at the people around them, and so the people around them don't feel like there was like 5 people that said to us individually like, oh, I was worried because I saw the baby, but like you were really good. So I feel like it's about having great kids. So it's about
how old is Toby? Was he 6? 6 months?
8 months now.
8 months.
Almost 9. Yeah.
God, it's nuts, right? I mean, you have
he's
a 9-month-old now.
A 9-month-old, but he's also huge. He's wearing things that Griffey was wearing like after 1 year. He's a really big kid, and
Sam's in like 18 month shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just. That's what I mean. It's just like he's a big kid.
I wonder if it's just like the second kid thing or whatever. But
You know what I think it is really is I think that these clothes that we have are ancient and they've just been recycled like 4 or 5 times and washed a million times.
Yeah.
And they just shrunk.
Yeah.
But it sure does feel good to think of myself having a giant kid. I suppose you could be a little big, but he seems big. He's like 2.5 feet.
You haven't strung him up and measured him yet.
Well, he's standing. He stood for like 4 seconds the other day. He just fucking face plants when he takes those first couple steps. So we're right there on the cusp.
Yeah, we have Toby in the little like bouncer thing, and he's kind of doing that. So
oh my God, dude, I miss that. I miss them banging around on the jumpy thing.
The jumpy thing, yeah, the jumpy thing.
Sammy get this look on his face, like you see what I'm telling you. I can do this all day.
Yeah, we've switched out junk. We had like Lisa just took a whole bunch of the junk, the younger junk, and like got rid of that, and now we have new junk. Now we have like the bouncy thing. So
you have to sort of filter it out. And it was great because this time I took the stuff to wherever, just donated, there's a million places to donate your kid stuff, and there's on the island there's a few different little places where you can, they'll get them to anybody who wants this stuff and can't get it. Like there's the bouncy house, and then we had did you guys have the swing like up to 3 months?
No, we didn't. I mean, not with Toby. I mean, we just don't have a lot of space here for that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's
it owns your house. The swing will. You gotta
for sure. Okay, well, let's take a break, and then we'll fire up the live draw, and we'll come back into it. Maybe we'll start drawing with like flying kids or whatever. And,
yes. I got an idea for that.
If you're out there and you're on Facebook or Twitch or Periscope or any of these things, feel free to shoot us a line. I know there's a delay, but we'll chat with you. But we're gonna listen to some Jen
Remington,
who is over at HeyDog HeyDogg.com. Does some music for us. We'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back with a live draw. We'll see you then.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be cold.
welcome back.
Dance around, are you?
Welcome back. We forgot to fight Darth Vader out, which is our tradition. So we thought that we would fight Darth Vader in. So
you can see through his belt. You can see through his belt. They can see you through his belt.
And you can see through your hands too. This is the one.
Dude, I got Tron hands.
Yeah. So
maybe I'm in Coco and I'm turning.
Let's go to our live draw. We're gonna move into a live draw tonight.
Can we get like a 3-seater, like a 3-seater on an airplane, and like leave maybe like put a 2-seater next to it so we can have just like some people just like not.
Yeah. You know, so let's. So I've got my Wacom back. So hopefully I can.
You did?
Yeah. So
folks, I feel better for you. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So look how much faster this shit is, right? Like it's like,
Yeah.
This is kind of what it is. So then there's like this seat right in the middle.
Yeah.
The thing in the middle where you're like, you know.
Yeah, the little arm.
Right. So here, we had Griffin the outside here, and he was just. My kid has like really curly hair.
Yeah, I've seen he's got a lot of it.
We did cut it.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. By hand. Like, I think we were just like too freaked out to like take him to a barber or something. So
I'm gonna be in the Midwest Coast over the weekend, and my sister-in-law is a barber, and Sam's gonna get his first haircut.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Does he have like long hair?
No, he has some hair.
Right. So this is
she cut Luke's hair at sort of the same-ish age.
So this is Griff watching probably Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or Thomas the Tank Engine, which has been a recent discovery. Griffin is really into trains. Let me tell you, we like on the subway in New York, he was just like, I like the train. So it was pretty exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So D, what are we doing on this flight? I've already just imposed my son into the middle of it, but
yeah, your son is right there in the middle, and he looks adorable, and I guess for you guys, I mean, you're just you're both maxing and relaxing.
Not really. You're kind of like freaking out like what to
just like minute to minute to minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me double check to make sure. Yeah, our audio is good. I didn't know what the. Oh, wait, are you in there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was
you're here.
I was given it one of these.
Yeah, you were doing this. I was like, oh, where did Darren go?
I'm swerving around in my swivel. Don't be alarmed. Do you not afford a swivel chair? I have a swivel chair.
Yeah, you know what also seems to happen to me? You're like so distracted that you don't actually have time to watch a movie.
Oh no.
So what happens is the person in the chair in front of you is like watching like something ridiculous, like Justice League.
And you watch through the arm.
And you watch through the arm with the sound off because you're kind of like just watching it like 30-second intervals every 5 minutes.
Well, there's just so little room on a plane anymore. You just need someplace for your eyes to go for a little while. That's all.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like shell shocked. Like,
yeah. Well, just sort of waiting because it's not really over, right? You haven't landed.
So my hair is like totally long now. So.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like, yeah, this mop.
Partying back kind of thing. Is that what's going on there?
This mop. I just think I haven't had time to go to the barber. You know what I mean? It's just.
No, I totally know what you mean.
It's like, okay, well, I've got to.
I also apply that to like dental hygiene.
Really?
No, but it sounds funny, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, you can't. You have to do it. You still have to do all the other maintenance, all the other boring.
Yeah, and then you have to decide. Hey, do I want to get my oil checked or do I want to? So, this guy in front of me is watching Justice League. So do you feel like having those little numbers on there that it says it's 30% or whatever? So every time I look at it in iTunes, Justice League, like I feel like I want to watch it, and then it says 30%, and I go, I know it's gonna suck.
Right.
Can I commit to this thing even though it's totally gonna suck? So.
Well, I'm waiting for it to come out on HBO or whatever the crap it's gonna come on one of the fucking things that I already paid for.
Right.
But and when I see it, I'm going to take it apart like 20 minutes by 20 minutes. Like I mostly take apart any movie that I'm watching at home ever. Except I finally watched. I watched what was it? Lady Bird.
Oh yeah.
Last night. It's on Prime, and it's, it's like cute. I don't know. Like I was just happy that I was just watching a movie that needed to be told like a movie and didn't need to be upcycled into like a 10 part series or anything like that. It was just a movie. It was like an hour and 40 or so.
Yeah.
Told a really nice story. It was cute. It was, I mean, it's not really a rom-com. It's just like being a kid com, I guess.
Yeah.
Like going to college. I think that's pretty much the crux of it. So it's a little out of touch for guys like us, but it's nice.
It was fun.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's really fucking hard for like Allie and I, like with the 45 minutes every night that we like feel conscious enough, like if we're going to watch something, what would we watch together? I finally, I started watching Barry by myself, but Barry's a good one.
Yeah. So I watched one episode when Lisa was gone, just cause I was surfing around, and it seems like also probably totally up your alley, right? I mean, with the
yeah, dude, that was totally up my alley. Yeah.
I mean, basically he becomes an actor, right? He's like an assassin.
Yeah, he's just a shitty actor. He's like, it sort of is like a cover for sort of a half a second, but he really loves it,
Yeah. Well, here we are. I'm with my son who's watching Thomas, and I am watching Justice League at the guy in front of us here.
I just feel like Sam's the kind of guy who's going to throw a batarang at that guy's screen. You have like the bat symbol.
So is he still like I'm getting buff? Does he do that thing still?
Oh yeah, Luke. Yeah, no, yeah. Luke is with every once in a while, and it's not a lot right now, but he will bust out a couple of push-ups here and there.
He will.
He totally does.
It's all the wrestling influence that you have on.
Yeah,
him, right?
he's really into. He's really into Beyblades, as we have discussed numerous times.
Yeah, the Beyblades for sure.
Right. And so if you watch any of the Beyblades, it's really sort of like kid sedentary. The kid just shows up and spins the top, and then the top turns into a donkey or a space donkey.
Well, no, it just has a symbol of a space donkey on it. It's not actually
right.
Just like,
the top does, but the cartoon they'll give you.
There's a cartoon associated with it. I had no
there
idea.
are many cartoons.
Oh, really? Wow, we haven't gotten there yet.
They are truck stop garbage. They are like just barely animated. I think it would be funny to hear.
Yeah, but they're probably our parents probably said the same thing about our shit that we watched.
I know, right? And I can't imagine what it is that they will think of their kids programming when they're at our age.
I feel like we've done so many like airplane things already. Have we? Maybe we should like.
Well, it's because they just keep making them fucking smaller. They're just like they take more of your money and they give you less space.
Right. So maybe let's just box the whole thing in.
There you go. Cramp that up. There we go.
Cramp the airplane. Though when we were on Virgin, which I like.
I do like flying Virgin.
Richard Branson can take my money. That's fine. All right, let's.
They give you purple lights. You got. Can you put a purple?
Kind of like, yeah, it's true. They'll give you a little purple. I can totally do that.
Let's do that. Noise.
We don't do color very often on this show, but
no, we don't.
But that's okay.
And that's changing here at Very Dad Ideas. As you can see right now, we're adding purple light. How much blur do you want?
And we'll sort of clean it up a little bit.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that pro shit right there for you.
It's definitely Virgin. And before we go out, let's. I'm gonna try to draw Richard Branson down here.
Why not? Because they have their great pre-takeoff video.
Oh yeah.
Is it still the same one? Because they've used that for a while now. But
tonight we're gonna fly and go up into the sky on a Virgin blah blah. That one you talking about?
Nope, it's actually been a long time. I was just thinking of the one where they were set a video where the guy's just like, unless you've never been on an airplane, he's just sort of like dry, sort of mocking, sort of Unless you're like the 1.001% of the population
Yes,
that's never been on an airplane. That one.
That's the same one.
It's the same one?
I wonder if it's on YouTube. So this is my Richard Branson, but let's see if we can find.
Dude, I like that. He also looks sort of like Jesus. Like
he does. Well, Richard Branson kind of does look like Jesus. So
he sort of does look like Jesus now. That's Obama wanted to see, like right when he got done being president. It's like, go see old Richie Branson.
Here you go, right here. Boom. This is still. I mean, I've listened to this so many times.
Yeah. Wow.
This is the one you're talking about, right?
Yep.
And they do the robot rap and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I've probably seen this like.
Electronic devices are completely shut off.
So once more, I forced someone to watch this shit.
I know. No, there you go, folks. Nye really likes.
All right, let's
Flying Virgin.
Let's sign off on our VDI 2018, and I think we should put a moratorium on the amount of well, I was gonna say airplanes we draw because we've been doing a lot of them.
You know, we could have made. You could have been flying in an F-14 Tomcat. It could have been Top Gun. That. Did you hear that they're making a sequel to that?
Yeah, of course they did, and I'm sure Tom Cruise is going to be the grizzled old, you can't fly like that,
just like he'll murder another stunt pilot for his stunts,
or the mothership will come down or whatever it is.
He actually just flies the mothership in this one.
That's
Tom
right.
Cruise flies the midi-chlorian shuttle or whatever those guys think.
Now we're fucked. Now we're fucked. We're totally fucked.
I know. They know we know.
Oh, God. All right, we're going to take one more break, my friend, and then we're going to come back with some recommendations. I got one.
Give me a little Jen Remington on my way out.
Definitely. We'll do that. And, I got a recommendation that you're going to love. I can't wait to tell this one.
I have a recommendation. Mine's just sort of normal strength.
No, mine's
yours sounds better.
Yeah. Okay, so enjoy this Jen Remington for about a minute. We'll be right back. All right.
Bizarre from now.
I'm sorry, Gavin Newsom. I didn't vote for you to be the governor. I voted for this guy in front of me. His name is Beast Man.
We had to
I'm
do
sorry.
that.
You robocalled the shit out of me, dude. You robocalled, I don't know, everybody. Did you get just robocalled all
about Gavin Newsom? No, we did not. But we don't. Do you have an actual landline? Is that the?
No, man. My fucking cell phone is just getting eaten up. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, somebody got a hold of me or something. I don't know.
It's probably all your
calls.
All the shit you're downloading on Steam. You're putting your number in or whatever.
I pay top dollar for my porno and I pay top dollar for my video games. So there should be no
stop
discussion
giving them your
of my
telephone
phone
number. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, Yeah, it's funny. You just like go to the grocery store and they're just like, "Can we have your phone number?" And you're like, "Of course you can. Of course you can." Okay. You give me my social number too. You guys bag my groceries. You should have all the information.
Okay, so D, we're gonna do some recommendation, but before that, let's do some business.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of the flip. We make this show.
So the show was made with a variety of Adobe products. We use OBS Studio to put it all together, and we hit the networks using Restream.io. We do audio using VoiceMeter, Banana, and Darren and I chat using Discord.
Yeah, we do.
So this is the show is at Very Dad Ideas. You can find us on Facebook Live, on the Tube, on Periscope and Twitter, and on Twitch, which I've barely even logged into Twitch. I don't even know if we're being streamed there anymore. So
Twitch, do you still like us? All you need is like one.
You've got the whole archive at YouTube, also at verydadideas.buzzsprout.com, but we're also now...
where else are we?
We're on iTunes up to episode 15. We still have like the last 5 episodes I need to upload. But I haven't had time because I've been commuting, so cut me some fucking slack, right? It's
now, can you give the viewer at home an idea the amount of hours you put into your car every day?
Quite too many. Too much.
Well, I mean, just like, is it generally more than 2 a day?
Yes, it's definitely more than 2 a day.
Nye is what they call a super commuter.
Is that really? Is there a category for that?
I think you have to go over 45, and once you go over 45 minutes,
so apparently you're talking.
You can drive for 45 minutes and get to your job, and drive for 45 minutes back, and you're not a super commuter. But you go over that, and you are.
All right. Well, you're looking at a super commuter, folks. Anyways, come visit us.
You never thought you'd see a super commuter.
Here it is, right here. So you can visit us at verydadideas.com. That guy over there can be visited at darrenjennings.net. I'm at nywarburton.com.
There is no reason to go to mine.
It's not really anyway, but go visit Jen at heydog.com. She has great music, great stuff.
Yeah, she has great stuff.
Absolutely. So, my friend, let's talk.
Let's do our
All right. So do you want to go first? But I mean, I can't wait to tell you mine. So
let's have a...
So just do it. Okay. So so you tipped me off to this show. Here's our version thing again. The toys that made us.
Oh, come on, man! That was mine. Oh. Yeah, it's on. And did you? And
dude, like we should just do an episode of it. Are you kidding me?
Did you do Legos?
I haven't done any of them yet. I just found out about today. I was like, are you kidding me? Legos.
Yeah. I've already watched the Transformers one.
Oh, of course you have. I think we just need.
And I gotta say, what they give you another layer of the mythos behind where Optimus Prime's voice comes from.
I cannot.
Peter Cullen spills the beans on. Just sort of, and at this point, he's been Optimus Prime for like
the first
30
one,
years.
The first one is Hello Kitty. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
but like
I didn't watch that, and I didn't watch Lego, and I didn't watch
Lego.
Star Trek's actually the first one. You should see it. I went right to Transformers. I'm gonna watch Lego next.
Are you kidding me? Like Star Trek, Transformers, Legos in a row. That's like you're defining.
It starts at Star Trek. It goes.
You may as well just go NYE. It's amazing.
I know. They just they knew it, and they were like, okay, we've got to come for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was my recommendation. I'm sorry. What
the
can I
one
say?
on the Transformers is fucking genius. It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Well, just the origin. They talk about the origin of Takara Tomy, the Japanese toy manufacturer, because it started right after World War II. How they started. It's a brilliant episode.
God, what a great. Man, I cannot wait.
I cannot wait. It's great. It's 45 minutes of just like exactly what you want. And they should have made more episodes of it. Really.
This is so good. Anyways, so that was my recommendation. I'm sorry, did I steal your thunder? Or maybe I did, but like.
Yeah, a little bit. You stole most of the. I mean, no, because I actually just stole it back.
You did.
But it's. Yeah, and those. If only those toys looked like that when we had them in the '80s. These are awesome, like $200.
Yeah, replicas that are.
Of toys that.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, Darren, I think I'm just going to have to watch this, and then maybe we're just going to do an episode on.
We absolutely should, because we're going to
talk about
next week.
We're going to be gone next week. Yeah. So a little bit of update. We've got a couple of friends that might want to come on the show. I'm sure Avish would talk about Transformers or something too. So we're gonna take a break next week. We're not gonna be on Tuesday next week. Darren is going to the Midwest
Coast, y'all.
And then we're gonna come back the following week where I'm gonna have one of two friends from the East Coast. He's gonna come and join us and either talk about some of his stuff, but also, I mean, shit, we can just talk about Transformers too. So we're gonna do that, and then, but I think that we should dedicate some serious time for me to foresee this, and then we can talk on a level about the Transformers, because I have so many thoughts. I can't wait to see this.
Oh
and
my god!
How do you design them, and how do you do all the? I mean, it's amazing.
Like the way that I would have, like, I don't know. I didn't go see Solo, right? But I carved out time to watch this thing because it was like watching the one about the Star Wars toys, and it was like about most of the Star Wars toys. I wasn't a G.I. Joe collector, but I still, so I've read some of the comics and stuff like that. This series, the toys that made us, season 1 and season 2, are, you know, if there's any reason why you're listening to this, like, you'll probably want to go and watch those, because there's just great stuff on there.
There we go. What was for you? That was like, what was the toy that really, like?
I think it was the Transformers.
Yeah.
I think age-wise, I was right there. You know, because that's like 83, 84.
Yeah, I mean, it was perfect hit for both of us. We were definitely right in the midst
73,
of that.
you know, born in 73, and so, like, you know, like 11 or 12 when this stuff comes out. And that's sort of, it's like the last good years of playing with toys. I mean, you know, by the time you're 13, you, like, I would go into toy stores, but I didn't buy toys anymore.
Every adult says that, right? That was the last age of great toys, the plastic junk that we shoveled.
Yeah, the plastic junk that we had. Yeah.
So you weren't much of a Lego guy? Like,
oh no, I had tons of Legos. And Legos were like, you know, we used to just build stuff for Transformers to, like, battle in, you build like stuff sets out of Legos to sort of,
yeah, a couple
absolutely
minutes. And
the Legos didn't have, you know, like, this is my bitch about, this is my ultimate gripe about Legos, is that they just sold you bricks, you know.
Yeah.
Different, you know, different sizes and shapes, but they didn't sell you the things that they sell you now, which are, you know, they're sets, and they're beautiful when they build them.
Yeah, but like the space stuff, like, you know, it was really cool. Like, you would get like a shuttle, and then they would have hinge pieces, so the doors would open. You could take those hinge pieces, and you could build other things with that stuff. And
absolutely. I'm just, my bitch is that, like, you used to buy like a big box of Legos, and you might get like a couple of things, like, I don't know, like a window for the shutter. You know, you get like a shutter, you get a
shutter and some wheels.
You get like one window, or you get like a couple of wheels, or, you know, and it wasn't much. And now, and I don't know, I don't even know what, like, when I say it out loud, I sound like it's just like I have this weird petty Lego thing, but I don't know, like, I sort of resent how the Legos
I think we should bottle all this up. We should watch that, and then we should have a dedicated time where we talk about these toys, because I think it's definitely
talk about my pain and my angst about, like, new Lego, because I feel like I could fill a whole episode with that. I
probably can.
I can't walk around with this Lego rage in my heart.
All right, well, should we call it? Let's wrap it, man. Like, this has been
Can we title it Lego Rage? Can we call it Lego Rage?
Of course, you can title anything you want. This was episode 22, where we talked a lot about just shit, but there you go.
Garbage. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, we won't be here next week, but we'll be here the week after on a special summer break, and
maybe running around topless in the Midwest coast. Jealous.
Take some video so we can stream that when we get back.
Oh, that's gonna be hot shit. That is gonna be hot.
Naked Darren in the mid coast west.
Near naked, because I am sort of a never nude. I just can't afford denim shorts, man. Who can? At these prices out here on the West Coast.
And if you want to hear more like that, tune in next time on Very Dad Ideas. Thanks for joining us.
Take
care. Bye.